have is Catherine Cole from Crime Watch, who's the DNA analyst.
Guess then we'll start before lunch.
I'm sorry?
Something you can finish before lunch.
I guess it depends on how long this takes.
I'll try to finish in 20 minutes. I know it's not going so well.
Whatever you need.
Thanks.
Jury is ready, Your Honor.
May I be seated?
May I continue?
Go ahead.
Did you ever tell Lieutenant Barnes that you knew there were drugs in the safe, but you did not know where Stephanie Lowe got them drugs from? Did you ever tell Lieutenant Barnes that?
Honestly, I don't recall that conversation.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that 42 grams of cocaine would typically cost $1,500?
No.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that whoever gave Stephanie Lowe the drugs did not tell her what the price would be?
No,
You didn't say that?
I don't recall that.
Did you ever tell Lieutenant Barnes that Stephanie Lowe would have been fronted the drugs, meaning she did not have to pay for them up front?
I don't recall that.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that Stephanie contacted a friend of yours in Milwaukee to find out what she should be ready to pay for the 42 grams?
No.
Do you have a friend in Milwaukee by the name of Kelly Wilborn?
Yes.
Does he go by Kay?
Yes.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that your friend Kay said that 42 grams...
Objection, Your Honor. What Kay said would be hearsay.
Mr. Davis.
Again, just so I'm clear, you didn't discuss with Lieutenant Barnes that Stephanie Lowe would consult with Kay about what to pay for the drugs?
No.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that this Kay fellow was supposed to come from Milwaukee to Wausau on the weekend in question, Saturday, October 9th?
Yes.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that you could sell the crack cocaine that was in the residence, whenever you learned about it, for $100 a gram?
I don't recall that.
Okay. Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that if you paid $1,500 for 42 grams of crack, you could make $4,200 and a profit of $2,700?
No.
Okay. Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes, quote, honestly, I don't know where she got it from, quick quote, meaning the drugs?
I don't recall it.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that when you came home from work on Thursday, October 8th, before going out and getting arrested, that there was not 42 grams of crack cocaine in your apartment? Should I repeat?
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that when you got back from work on Thursday, October 8th, Thursday, October 7th, before going out and getting arrested, early morning hours of October 8th, there was not 42 grams of crack cocaine in your apartment? Did you tell him that?
I might have did.
Okay. Did you tell, you didn't know who Stephanie Lowe was delivering crack cocaine to, right?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. Did you know who Stephanie Lowe was delivering crack cocaine
I
to?
guess, Your Honor, I'm going to object. It's vague as far as the question, I mean, are we talking about, on October 8th, 9th, 8th and 9th, are we talking about at any point in time in the history of man? I mean, what time frame are we talking about?
Can you rephrase that question, please?
Yes, sir. In October of the calendar of the year 2010, was Stephanie Lowe selling crack cocaine?
Yes.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes that you didn't know to whom she was selling?
Can you rephrase that?
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes you did not know to whom she was selling?
At what time?
October 2010.
October 2010? At what day of October? Can you rephrase your question, please?
No, I'm just going to move on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes, 5:48 p.m. during his interview, I haven't been dealing any drugs? Did you tell him that?
I don't recall that.
You didn't arrange, you yourself, for the delivery of 42 grams of crack cocaine to that apartment in October of 2010. You didn't do that, did you?
Can you put a date on that, please?
Yeah. Did you arrange to have 42 grams of crack cocaine delivered to your apartment on October 7th, anytime the week before you went to jail? How's that? Did you arrange for the 42 grams to come?
If you're talking prior to me getting locked up, yes.
Oh, okay. How many days before you got locked up did you arrange for the ounce and a half to come to 701 and a half West Thomas Street?
Which ounce and a half?
Okay. Let's try this. When's the last ounce and a half you arranged to have delivered to 701 West Thomas Street?
Back to the relevance of that, Your Honor. I mean, I don't think we need to get into every single drug transaction that they're involved in. I don't think there's any dispute here that Maholmes and Ms. Lowe, to varying degrees, were involved in drug trafficking. And I don't think we need to get into every single transaction we make in this.
I'm just sticking with October 1 on. How's that? Is that fair?
I don't even know how many, unless we're talking about, and I don't even know that it's relevant, if he made the arrangements or Stephanie Lowe made the arrangements for the specific crack cocaine that was there. The court's already ruled that who it was delivered from is not relevant, and I don't see how it's relevant if he made the arrangements and when he did.
It's a standing objection.
Stephanie Lowe sell crack cocaine from the apartment itself? People come and get from her? In October 2010?
No, they came got it from me.
She never sold out of the apartment?
I don't recall.
Did Stephanie Lowe ever sell crack cocaine outside of the apartment in October of 2010?
Yes.
She'd make deliveries to people?
I guess Your Honor, with objective relevance, where she delivered it outside of the apartment, I don't see how that's relevant.
I think it's clear on the nose as one's face, but I'll leave it to your discretion.
That's a standing objection. Question's been answered.
Would the placement of the safe in the closet be an indication that Miss Lowe may have been concerned about someone finding it?
Objection calls for speculation.
Based on his firsthand. You know what? I'll move on. eventually tell Lieutenant Barnes that the 42 grams found in the safe was, or previously delivered, and some found in the safe, was fronted to Stephanie Lowe?
No, I don't recall that.
Okay. Is it true that you told Detective Barnes that people knew you had money and as a result would always be asking you and Stephanie Lowe for money?
Most of the time they have to ask, we just give.
Right, because you guys were making some money off the drug trafficking, right?
Can you rephrase that?
No, I'll move on. Did you ever tell Detective Barnes that Stephanie Lowe typically had customers come to the apartment, but you wanted her to stop doing that?
No,
You didn't say that, or you don't remember?
I don't remember telling that.
Did you tell Lieutenant Barnes you didn't get too involved in the customer side of things within the drug partnership you had with Stephanie Lowe?
No.
Okay. Your identification, and I don't know if it was a driver's license or just a Wisconsin state identification. Did you have one or both? Your ID.
I had driver's license.
If I were to tell you it was found in the safe, would that be typical? Where you keep it?
Sometimes.
Did you put it there?
No.
Because you told Lieutenant Kolb or Detective Kolb, if your ID was found in the safe, it wasn't placed there by you. I got that right?
Yes.
Would you remember when you last went out on the night of Thursday evening, October 7th, your ID was left at your apartment in your top dresser drawer. Remember that?
One of them was.
Well, was the other one in the safe?
No, I had one with me.
Got it. Did you remember telling Detective Kolb on November 2011, I saw the 42 grams of crack cocaine in the apartment?
I don't recall that.
Yeah. So that means, I bet, that you didn't tell Lieutenant Kolb that when you saw the 42 grams, they were in Stephanie Lowe's dresser drawer. Did you tell him that?
No.
Okay. And I've just got to ask, you didn't tell Lieutenant Kolb they were not bagged up when you saw them in her dresser drawer, the drugs. You didn't tell Kolb that, right? Lieutenant Kolb.
No.
Okay. So it's your position that the 42 gram, if 42 or an amount less than that, let's say 26 grams, were found in your apartment on October 11, 2010, you had nothing to do with those drugs, right?
Apparently I think I got charged with it.
I didn't ask that. I'm
Okay,
asking you today as you sit here. You had nothing to do with with that amount of crack cocaine in the apartment that they found on October 11th, right?
I was incarcerated at that time.
My question is, you had nothing to do with it, right?
Apparently I didn't if I was incarcerated.
Okay. And so, however, you were convicted of a crime associated with it. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Unjustly.
I was justified. It was just, I got charged. I stayed there. I stayed at the apartment.
Remember having a conversation on the telephone with Stephanie Lowe on on the evening of October 9, 2010, and telling her that she couldn't go out that night. Remember that? You didn't want her to go out.
I didn't tell her she couldn't go out. I said she shouldn't go out.
Why'd you tell her that?
Objection, relevance. It's actually not minor.
Why did you tell her that you didn't think she should go out the night before she disappeared?
Why would I want my girlfriend to go out?
I get to ask the questions this time.
Well, because I didn't want my girlfriend to go out.
Okay. Did she tell you that she needed to go out that she wanted to go out so she could meet people to sell drugs?
No.
Remember meeting on October 14, 2010, with a probation officer by the name of Christy Zander after your arrest?
Yes.
Remember telling her the following?
Objection, Your Honor. Again, this is a statement that we have to provide a copy of.
He is not my witness.
It doesn't
Is
matter.
that cross-examination provided in the statement, please? Do we pursue-
Right, and I would make an offer that the discovery statute does not require me to provide statements of witnesses that are not my own.
Your Honor, the rules require that if you're going to ask a witness about a statement, that the copy of the statement has to be provided to the opposite side prior to using it.
I'm aware of that.
Thank you. I wish counsel was.
With all due respect, I have a disagreement, so be it. The judge's rule. I'll find it, Judge, if I could just have him there. Okay, Jeff. Go ahead. Did you tell Ms. Zander on October 14, 2010, in a written statement, I was not selling cocaine. I knew Stephanie Lowe was selling drugs. I do not know how often she was having stuff brought to the house. Did you tell Ms. Zander that?
I don't recall the conversation. I do not remember what I did 6 years ago.
Okay, would it refresh your recollection if you were to look at the statement that you signed in Ms. Zander's presence?
Yes.
I'm going to show it to the witness. Can I approach? Take a look at this sign, if that is indeed your signature on the bottom of that, that form, which happens to be.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Sure.
nothing further with this witness.
Any redirect?
Just a couple of things. Can we switch to the computer? Okay, I realize this picture, Your Honor, I talked to Attorney Womack about it. We're going to print this up. We have not done so yet. But taking a look on the screen, does that appear to be from the bedroom, your bedroom in the apartment, someone wanting to have West Thomas? There's an item on, do you see an item on the, what appears to be a dresser? That was the item where you keep your money?
I can't
I'm
really
sorry.
see it.
If I made it a little larger, would that help?
Yes.
All right. If it, would it help to stand up and take a look at it from a different angle possibly?
I see it now.
Okay, is that the item where you would keep the money?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. We'll print up a copy of that over lunch. You can switch back now. Thank you. When counsel asked you about a number of statements that you may or may not have made to Lieutenant Barnes back in 2010. Then Lieutenant, I think it was then a lieutenant, maybe a detective, now a captain. Could you have made those statements and you just don't remember?
I could have.
And when you went to jail early morning of October 8th of 2010, do you know if there was any crack cocaine in your apartment at that point in time?
Because I didn't look around, so I can't recall if it was or not.
Okay. There may have been some, but you don't know?
Maybe.
Okay. It was not something that would be unusual. You regularly sold crack cocaine?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Eric, as far as knives that were kept in the apartment, who supplied the, kitchen knives, those types of things? Who supplied those? Was that you or was it Stephanie? I don't have anything else.
Did you ever get your money out of your piggy bank?
No.
Nothing else.
Nothing.
Okay, thank you. You can step down.
Go, Mr. Cole, Ms. Cole? I would say direct is probably going to be about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, why don't we delete to the direct and
Okay.
maybe a break for lunch after that?
Yeah, we would ask that Mr. Maholmes be released here.
Chuma?
No objection.